All right, so this video is multi-part. You'll see that I'm really new at trying to make a do-it-yourself video, but this is putting in the 50 series K&N cold air intake for my 2021 Tacoma V6 four-wheel drive dual cab. So you'll see the install. You'll see me try to illustrate the power on the road, but the bottom line is I give you the full review at the very end. All right, here we are. I've got my 2021 Tacoma SR5 four-wheel drive double cab 3.5 liter V6, and I'm going to be doing the cold air intake replacement modification from K&N. You can see it here on the table. This is how it came. I personally got it from O'Reilly Auto Parts because I got a great deal on it. I live just north of Boston. And as I unpack the box, this is what the initial unpack looks like. All right, a little further unboxing. This is what we have here. Zoom in. What's most exciting is the diameter that I'm looking at right here. And honestly, the size of this filter. So everything here is pretty simple and straightforward. I'm literally going to take the cover off. Next, I'm going to unclamp a few things, take that hose off, take the air filter out, remove that box which only has 3 screws. So I already loosened this clamp right here. Take a few twists to loosen that, and I should be able to slide it right off. That will slide right off. Everyone says just pinch and squeeze on the mass airflow sensor right here, but I literally have to, every time, just use a small screwdriver, put it underneath there, and just pry it up. But as soon as I do that, it just pulls right off. All right, so I've just unhatched these. Literally, I'm just gonna pick this up, take it out. Next, I'm gonna remove the filter. And then there's 3 bolts, 2 on the inside and 1 right here on the outside. All right, I've loosened the bolts. This box is gonna lift right up. What's kind of exciting is that hole in the sidewall right there. The funny thing is, this box looks so massive, it feels like there was no way it could fit and I was gonna have to return it. But alas, fits beautifully. All right, so you set the box in, and then the 3 screws now are all going to go inside the box. The one that used to be outside here, you don't use. But next I'm gonna tighten these 3 down, and then I'm gonna put the filter in. All right, the next thing we're gonna do is put these 2 plastic pieces on. They're just for aesthetic value, but they look pretty cool. All right, the racing stripes are on, and literally, we're just gonna slide the filter in and make sure it cinches up. The next thing I did was take the barb and simply insert it and twist it in tight by hand, and then also tightened it with a wrench about 3/4 to 1 full turn tight. After this, I'm going to take the mass airflow sensor gasket and I'm going to set it down and secure it there with the sticky. And next I'm going to pick up my mass airflow sensor adapter. The letters are going to be closest to the nozzle here, and then obviously just going to tighten it down with the provided stainless steel 4mm screws. One's going to go there, one's going to go here. Next, we're going to take the mass airflow sensor out of the factory unit. It's just two really small Phillips screws, and we're not going to use those when we put it in the K&N part because it is threaded, and those screws are provided. So I'm just going to unscrew it and pull that out. So literally just taking it out here, getting rid of the screws. And I am going to, even though it's in great shape, I'm going to wipe down that O-ring, just to make sure there's zero dust. So this part's really easy. The mass airflow filter only fits in one way. And if you try it the other way, it simply won't work. So you've got these 3mm stainless screws, which I'll put in, hand tighten, and then tighten down with my Allen wrench. All right, a few different things going on here. Ultimately, this is just gonna slide right in, and it's gonna line right up like this. It's important to note that the mass airflow sensor is going to come straight down from the top, and then that barbed fitting is going to be off on what you would consider a right angle from it. So there were three hose clamps that came with the unit. And so you can see one of them's here slid on, and then the other two I slid on right there. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to slide this in here, and then once it's together, I'm going to slide this in here. So did it take me about 30 seconds of wiggling to get this on and this on? It did. But ultimately now I'm just going to use a screwdriver to tighten that up and to tighten these two up. All right, as final steps, there's literally two things left to do. I was doing some editing and I realized that I messed up one of the clips. So the two steps that are missing from the video, but you can visualize so easy, is that you literally connect the rubber tube on the back side to the two nozzles, and then you plug the mass airflow intake tab in, just click it in. All right, there's no dry run here. I haven't tried to start the truck yet. This is literally where the rubber meets the very soon to be road. Let's see what it sounds like. All right, so here we have it. I think the most important thing is that if a guy like me can do an install like this, anybody can do it. No question whatsoever. All right, here's what I'm gonna say. I am completely blown away by how sexy this thing looks under the hood, but the sound, the rumble. It is off the hook, way louder than I thought it could possibly be, and it sounds 3 times better than I ever imagined. Yeah, so straight up, I don't have the audio video recording equipment to illustrate how good this thing sounds like, or even what it sounds like. My iPhone does not do the job, but for anything I've ever bought and had hopes for, this didn't just meet expectations, it radically exceeded them, radically. It will be, if you're in, you're going to be so happy. And if you're on the fence, you're going to be blown away. Buy it, do it.